Friday the 13th. No, not the date, rather the number of games on a loaded night in the association. We start by taking the temperature of the elite in the East. Frank Vogel's got his starters playing against the Heat. Indiana only trailed by 3 at the half, but the Pacers saw the Heat score the first 16 of the third, and they took control. 16 Indiana turnovers. LeBron James had 36 points. Miami now leads Indiana by a half a game. It's a tough reality for the Pacers.
It is what it is. We haven't played well enough to be the top seed. And again, we get what we deserve, I guess.
From the most anticipated game of the night to a game no one could have seen coming. Corey Brewer and the Minnesota Timberwolves. He matched a franchise record, scoring 51 points, but Minnesota still needed some late-game heroics after Brewer kept Minnesota in it. Gorgie Dang. He held off the Rockets by getting the buzzer beater. Dang, the game winner. He scores 12, pulls down 20 boards, second straight loss for the Rockets. Tony Parker back in the lineup after missing 2 games. Spurs played without Tim Duncan and Manu Ginobili. Danny Green stepped up. He poured in a career-high 33 as San Antonio rallied from 21 down to beat the Suns. And San Antonio clinches home court throughout the playoffs. In the loss, Eric Bledsoe was 1 assist shy of a triple-double. Updating the race for the 3rd and 8th seeds in the East. Kyle Lowry set a Raptors single-season record for most threes made. Playing through a shoulder injury, Carmelo Anthony had 30. And Amari Stoudemire recorded a double-double to keep the Knicks' slim playoff hopes alive. Knicks win, but it all wasn't lost for the Raptors, who could have locked up the division with a win. More on Toronto in a moment. First, this. Paul Pierce, now the 18th member of the 25,000-point club. Mason Plumlee comes off the bench, goes 6 for 6, and puts the Nets up 1 late. But Jeff Teague had 22 as the Hawks beat the Nets, helping the Raptors as Toronto clinches the Atlantic Division title. And now the Hawks' magic number to punch a ticket to the playoffs is down to just 1 game. Early on, it didn't look as if the Bulls would capitalize on the Raptors' loss. Andre Drummond single-handedly out-rebounded Chicago in the first half, and he finished the night matching a career best with 26 rebounds. Detroit led by as many as 18. The Pistons could have used a few more. Bulls go on a 29-10 run, getting a huge second-half effort from Taj Gibson, DJ Augustine, and Mike Dunleavy Jr. Chicago erases an 18-point deficit and takes the 3rd spot from Toronto in the Eastern Conference. Washington jockeying for playoff positioning. Nene's second game back, and he drops a team-high 17 in Orlando. John Wall struggled from the field, but handed out 12 assists. Wizards earn their first series sweep of the Magic in 24 years. And with a Charlotte loss, Washington gets back up to the 6th spot. And that's exactly what did play out. Without Kemba Walker, Al Jefferson shouldered the load once again. In his return to Boston, he scored 32, but Avery Bradley had 22, ending a 9-game Boston losing streak and putting a stop to the Bobcats' 5-game winning streak. And it sends Charlotte back to the 7th seed while the Wizards take back number 6 in the East. So much for defense first in Memphis. The Grizzlies scored 30 points in the first, 3rd, and 4th quarters to earn their 13th straight home win. Couple that with the Suns' loss to the Spurs, and Memphis moves back into the top 8 with 3 games to play. Thunder running past the Pelicans. Literally. OKC outscored New Orleans in fast break points 28-0. Serge Ibaka blocked 8 shots to go along with 16 points and 10 boards. Kevin Durant had 15 of his 27 in the 3rd and got to sit out the 4th. OKC locks up the 2 seed in the West. Steph Curry bounced back from Thursday's tough loss by getting his 4th triple-double of the season, and he helped end the Warriors' 11-game losing streak at Staples Center against the Lakers. It's the 54th loss for the Purple and Gold. That is a new franchise record for most setbacks in a single season. 112-95, the final there. The Blazers beat the Jazz, sweeping the regular season series from Utah for the first time ever. Damian Lillard scored 14 of his 16 in the 4th, hitting 4 triples in the period. The Blazers have now won 7 of their last 8. And finally, Milwaukee got 24 points from Brandon Knight as the Bucks beat the Cavs for the 2nd time this season. That closes the books on a wild 13-game night. The night is done, and so are we. The Zap is back Saturday with 8 more, including a huge one between the Suns and Mavs, which you can see on NBA TV.